Good afternoon, students. In paints and pigments industry, along with dyes and intermediate industry, so this will be probably the last topic, that is classification of pigments and some important pigments, and we will see manufacturing of important white pigment. Before that, we will see classification and brief introduction about pigments. Pigments are colored, organic, and maybe organic or inorganic insoluble substances used widely in surface coating industries. But sometimes they are not. Sometimes they also find large applications in ink, plastic, rubber, ceramic, and also paper industry and this type of industries to impart color. So a material that changes color of reflected or transmitted light as a result of wavelength selective absorption, that is known as pigment. Large number of dyes and pigments are consumed because different products require a specific or a particular choice of material to give maximum coverage or sometimes for it to be not for opacity, that means for it to be not transparent, then its durability, and sometimes for just for the appearance to make it more attractive. So a pigment must have high tinting strength. Tinting means high coloring strength. It should adhere properly. They appear the colors, they are selectively reflect and absorb certain wavelengths of visible light. So the pigment that we observe are due to the specific wavelength that they are absorbing and reflecting. As in case of black, we know that it is absorbing all the rays and neither not reflecting any of the rays back. That is why because of that the color black is visible to us as it is. So there are different types of pigments now. Non-permanent and permanent also is one of the classification. Depending upon it can be washed off or not. So these are some examples of different types of pigments. We will see in detail ahead all this. Inorganic pigments, there is carbon pigment, carbon black and ivory black are examples. This will fall under the black pigments category. And clay earth pigments, ultramarine pigments are all natural type of pigments. Biological and organic pigments, alizarin, indigo, natural indigo is biological pigment, but also synthetic version of indigo is now available. That means we know the synthesis of indigo. Non-biological but organic are magenta and pigment red 170. So this is the code used to describe a specific shade. Pigments obtained from plants. Most common pigment will be chlorophyll, that we have we would have definitely heard name chlorophyll. That is a green pigment. Primary function is photosynthesis. It uses chlorophyll pigment along with red and yellow pigments to capture the light energy from sun. Chlorophyll is the most common and major this plant pigment, and it absorbs yellow and blue and reflects green. That is why it is visible green to us. And two forms of chlorophyll are there, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Next is carotenoids. They are red, orange and yellow tetraterpenoids. So red, yellow, orange, all types of pigments have carotenoids. Examples of carotenoids: function in light harvesting, serves as precursor for further coating, Lutein is yellow pigment found in fruits and vegetables. So lutein is a type of carotenoids, but it is also it also falls under yellow pigment category. And lycopene is a pigment found in tomatoes. That means in red pigments. Next is anthocyanins, the blue flower. Water-soluble flavonoid pigments appear red to blue. Occurs in tissues, that is in stems, roots, flowers, etc. These were all naturally occurring or natural pigments. Found in plants. Now we will see pigments found in animals. Pigmentation is used for chromatophores used for signaling between animals. So melanin is a most common pigment in human beings as well. The color of our skin tone is because of the melanin pigment present, and it protects us from sunburn. So when we say that suntan has occurred, so that when we say that tanning has occurred on our skin, that is nothing but collection of melanin at one spot, and melanin gathers at one spot and tries to protect our skin from burning. Because of that, tanning appears. Pigments may be extracted and used as dyes, and lycopene type of pigments are used in dietary supplements. Lycopene was we saw that it is found in tomatoes. Next we will see some other some more pigments classified as white pigment, black pigment, yellow, green, etc. So starting with white pigments. These are the oldest found pigments, and most important type of white pigment is titanium dioxide. White lead was also in use, but it is no longer permitted as a constituent of paint. Still, titanium dioxide is important type of pigment, but in general only white pigments are of lesser importance now. So this table shows the characteristics of different white pigments. Titanium dioxide has two types of crystal form, and it is in rutile forms, and then zinc dioxide and white lead. These are the three examples of white pigments and their characteristics. Titanium dioxide, it is the most important type of white pigment. And as we said, it is marketed in two crystalline forms, and it is in rutile. Rutile is the more stable one as compared to antis. Almost all the titanium dioxide used in paints is in the rutile form. Anatase can be converted to rutile by heating it to 700 to 950 degrees Celsius. It is widely used in exterior paints and also in enamels and lacquers. Typical exterior white paint contains about 60% pigment, and of which 20% is TiO2, that is titanium dioxide, 60% talc, and 20% mica. Production of titanium dioxide can be done by two methods. That is, first is sulfate process, and another is chlorine process. Chloride process. We will see chloride process process flow diagram for that process. And sulfate is the older process, but now chloride process has surpassed it and produces over 60% of the total white pigment of the total production. Sulfate process uses cheaper domestic ore, while chloride process requires more expensive imported ore, which is rutile form. Also, the company DuPont has patented this chloride process, which uses ilmenite. They use ilmenite and then convert that ilmenite to the stable butyl form, and that process is patented by DuPont. So this is a process flow diagram for TiO2 manufacturing using chloride process. As you can see, chlorine plus coke and butyl titanium is used. Titanium slag in butyl form is used. So chlorine gases are heated in the chlorinating ore, chlorine ore, which is the first step. Then titanium slag is added, and liquid metal chlorides that are being formed with by the reaction between titanium slag and chlorine. Liquid metal chlorides move ahead into the distillation step. You can see the third step here, distillation step. After distillation, titanium tetrachloride is obtained, which is then further taken for flame reaction, where fuel gases and oxygen is added from outside, and titanium dioxide is obtained, and hot gases also containing the recovered chlorine. So recycled chlorine and hot gases mixture are released, which is then again recycled and used along with feed. And after flame reaction, the titanium dioxide that we have obtained moves toward degassing and neutralization step, and then we obtain the titanium pigment at the end. This was chloride process. Also sulfate process is available, but now chloride process has surpassed that process. Next is black pigments. Other type of pigment is black, and the main example of this type of pigment is carbon black. Many shades of black pigments are available, and they are manufactured. All are manufactured differently depending upon what shade we want. Lamp black, which has larger particle size, is used for tinting to produce shades of grey. So ranging from the lightest grey to the deepest of black, all the shades fall under black pigment. Next type is blue pigments. So these are the examples of blue pigment: ultramarine blue, phthalocyanine blue, and ferrocyanide blues. In first one, ultramarine blue, it is a so blue pigments, three types: ultramarine blue, phthalocyanine blues, and ferrocyanide blues. Ultramarine type is a complex sodium aluminum silicate and sulfide made synthetically made pigment. It is applied for it is used in fabric industries, that is textile industry, not for different types of fabrics like cotton and linen, and also for whitening the paper it can be used, and also in inks. Then phthalocyanine type of blue pigment is marketed in mainly in US since 1936, and it is useful for nitrocellulose lacquers and in low concentrations, as highly resistant to alkalis, acids, and color change. These types of pigments have high tinting power and are used in latex paints and for printing grades of ink. It can also be used as both interior and exterior coatings. Ferrocyanide blues, these include Prussian blue, Chinese blue, Milori blue. So all these are shades. All fall under ferrocyanide blue. They are made in same manner by precipitation of ferrous sulfate solution, and this type of as compared to the previous two blues, these have the highest tinting strength. Then red pigments, some examples of red pigments are red lead, other would be ferric oxide also, which is not mentioned here. Ferric oxide is also a type of red pigment. There are some other red pigments also, like lead chromate can also be considered a orange reddish pigment, so it falls in the red pigment category only. Then cadmium red are also red pigment. Tuscan red is also example. And these are used in exterior surface coatings, exteriors of any structure, and they are due to their bright shades. Next is yellow pigments. So there are three yellow pigments. Yellow pigments, examples are ochre, chrome yellow, and zinc yellow. Ochre is a naturally occurring yellow pigment with 10 to 35% ferric hydroxide, due to which it has its color. At best, the ochres are weak tinting colors and are being replaced by synthetic hydrated yellow or iron oxides for brighter colors. So because it has less only 10 to 30% constituent of ferric hydroxide. Then next is chrome yellow. A lot of shades of yellow fall under this pigment. They are most popular yellow pigments, and they have great opacity and excellent light fastness. Also, it is toxic in nature, so its use is sharply limited because of that reason. Zinc yellow, it has a poor tinting power as compared to chrome yellow, and used because of its excellent corrosion inhibiting effect both in mixed paint and as priming coat for metals such as steel and aluminum. Last type of pigment is green. 4 examples are there here. First is phthalocyanine green, again chromium oxide green, pigments green, and chrome green. Major green pigments are is the first one, phthalocyanine green. It is complex copper compound and has excellent opacity, light fastness, and chemical resistance. It is suitable for both solvent and water-based paints, that is for both oil and water-based paints. Next is chromium oxide green, one of the oldest of the green pigments, and has many disadvantages such as high cost and lack of brilliancy and opacity. Then next is Grignard's green, is a hydrated chromic oxide, and it has much more brilliant green color than the chrome oxide one. It is prepared by roasting mixture of sodium dichromate and boric acid for several hours. Then last one is chrome green. It is sold under various names and mixture of precipitation of chrome yellow and Prussian blue. So mixture of chrome yellow and Prussian blue generates chrome green. Because of its lead content, it is being phased out of use, lead being toxic in nature. It has poor alkali resistance and cannot be used in latex paints. So this was classification of all major types of pigments, and we saw production of one important white pigment, that is titanium dioxide by chloride process.